Howdy lads, welcome back to another Gates of Hell PvP match. This time it is a 2v2 on full. It's late war. I'm the USSR faction. I've gone for the support Scorched Earth DLC doctrine. It is myself and the Birdman versus Triglav and Mainis. Now, all these lads are people you would have seen in previous matches. They're all in the Discord. Make sure you're getting amongst it. But what's happening here? So I've ended up on the right side of spawn. So I'll be heading out to the northeast. I've bought out the Gaz 67B transport. You do have to be careful with the Soviet Jeeps compared to the German ones, because obviously the Germans get the MG34. Got a way bigger drum and packs a bit more of a punch, it feels, than the Soviet machine gun on the Jeep. So yeah, sometimes it's a little risky to try and go head to head with the Germans with the Jeep, but we're going to have a go anyway. See how we go. No idea who will be on my flank. And sometimes, due to pathing issues, it's better to just take control yourself. You want something done right, you got to do it yourself, as they say. But I went for a bit of a... kind of looks like dusk, doesn't it? I like the night matches. I think they look cool. Especially on a map like this. Very dark and dull, kind of sets the mood. But got one of my riflemen off. I'll get him out, and I'm going to get the machine gun up there as well. Hopefully I can catch his soldiers off guard. That's the idea here. And I can use these sandbags as a bit of protection for the Jeep as well. So happy days. I'm just mucking about. I noticed that he was capping that zone that you can see just in front of me on the map. So I've just tilted the angle of the car so that he can get shots that way if I need to. As you can tell, I actually threw a squad in between our closest point and their closest point. So the closest east and the closest north. I assumed if Triglav was on my side, he'd go straight hard for that eastern point, because it's pretty easy to push that at the start on this map, I find. But it looks like we've both met each other, kind of in between. So he did start to push up, as you can see. So before I've even bought my second squad, I've bought out the Dushka truck. This whole game plan depends on him not pushing me north, or northeast. Because he will take that with a squad quite easily. The machine gun Jeeps can do a lot of damage, but it's not hard to drop and spread, throw smoke, get around it. Quite like the Dushka. Now, what I've actually done in this video, I've upped the volume of my voice. So, is it easier to tell? Like, is it to hear what I'm saying? Sorry. When stuff's shooting, let me know in the comments if you can. I'm happy to turn it up or down, either or. So I've finally got that second squad out, and I'm going to race them over, and hopefully they get to the northeast in time. But so far, Triglav's been very reserved on this side. So Mainis is fighting Birdman on the left there. They currently hold a point apiece. No idea what Triglav's planning though. He's one of those players, if you give him too long to plan something, he'll do you over. But luckily I hold the majority of objectives on the northeastern side, so I don't have to worry about having to push into some ridiculous minefield that he's set up or something. So as long as that northeastern point stays in my hands, we are good. I have got the truck there ready to reinforce if I need to. And it looks like he's finally started pushing. So my GP's getting shots. I'm just trying to spin it around so I can get better shots. See how weak that machine gun is. Jesus. Do I even get one kill? Oh my god. So now I've got the Dushka truck there as well to help out. Shoot! I need to get rid of that machine gun. Machine gun is very dangerous. So the Dushka is starting to mop them up a little bit, which is nice. We've kind of halted that squad in its tracks. Happy days. Excuse me, I'm just having a sip of my coffee. And I'm instantly pushing lads straight up to his side of the point. Obviously, as I've said before, it's better to be holding them off of the point while fighting them than, you know, letting them contest it. 5 minutes in, 258 to 325. Myself and Birdman's way. So he's actually bought something out, don't know what it is. SDK. So I have to get the F out of there because I have no business trying to take that on. Run away! Oh, I've hit something. And it screwed me. That's okay. I've got the T50 on its way up. I've got an AT team pushing out as well. Now the good thing about the northeastern side of this map is it's actually very easy to hide, good depending on what side you're on, but it's easy to hide AT in there in the corner. So if he does push me off that point, I should be able to hide some AT in the corner to utilise later if I need it. First officer out. We're going to have a go of this SDK. Triglav's left it there for quite a while, surprisingly. But I do have to get within 170, I believe, with the... no, 160. There you go. But I'll make short work of this. So I've got a hit. Very annoying that it disappears like that. I hate how it does that. It's a bit ridiculous. I don't know how hard it would be for the devs to sort out like a timer. So if you have seen something in the fog of war, surely it should stay there in sight for, let's say, 10 seconds because you know it's there. You know. Something, because that happens to me a lot. You take a shot, you get a hit, you're like, sweet, and then it disappears in the fog of war and they start moving and then you got to kind of guess where they are. Shambles. But we've managed to fight him off. I don't know what doctrine he's gone, because obviously he hasn't brought anything out, to the best of my knowledge. So I'm just retreating the T50. This is purely here to deal with any armor that he brings up. No point sitting up there for infantry. And that is a mistake a lot of people will make. They'll get their doctrine units, or, you know, a tank or something, and they'll sit it on the front line, expecting it to just shit on their opponent for 20 minutes. And it's not how it works. If you give someone time to figure something out, they'll figure it out. So the best thing you can do is keep your opponent guessing. And the other thing it does, he knows that I've got that in my rear line somewhere. So A, he's not going to be, you know, armoured car rushing my rear lines, being annoying. B, he's not going to just willy-nilly push stuff up at me because he knows I've got the tank there ready to go. And C, you keep equipment. And that's always handy. So I'm trying to sneak these guys over, but I don't think I'm going to make it. He is coming a little bit closer to me though. So I was a little bit wary at this point because the SDK is so far away. It's on the edge of the map. I'd have to bring my T50 up quite a bit to get a shot on that. Again, I didn't know what doctrine he was or what he had, so I didn't want to just, you know, push the T50 up for no reason. The better players will, you know, protect their doctrine units until they need to be used. They won't just throw them up. I mean, sometimes it's viable, don't get me wrong, but, you know, something like a T50, there's no point having that on the front line for 2 minutes just to get shot after killing 15 dudes. It looks like they've got quite the battle on their hands on the southwest there. Birdman seems to be holding his own quite nicely. So he actually stopped my AT team in its tracks, so good play on Triglav's part. He is now capping. I have got reinforcements here now though, so we'll get them up in the point. They are assault sappers, so they are elite inv. I've also brought up a sniper. Very good map for a sniper, actually. Because it's very open. Now, because these guys are elite, they actually have good cap weight, so I've got them in a nice spot, kind of hidden behind a bit of a dip so that SDK can't shoot me. I am going to, however, have a go at it. There is another dip in between my tank and the infantry, so that is sort of hiding my T50 a little bit. Fortunately, it's shot at the infantry, which is very annoying. Forgot to put it on hold fire. I do that very often, unfortunately. So I'm pulling it back. He knows it's there, so hopefully it quietens him down a little bit. So he's actually rushing the SDK up. No idea why. I think he's trying to catch me off guard and take out all my assault sappers. How'd that do nothing? Get out of it. I'm bad sometimes, aren't I? I reckon he's going to self-destruct it. So I'm trying to get my guy away from there. Because I believe it's about to go boom. Yeah, so he was trying to ISIS bomb me. If that's what we want to call it. An ISIS car bomb. But I am just trying to mop up the infantry at the back here. I do have my sniper getting shots off, which is nice. He's bringing up the SD or whatever vehicle that is. No idea what it is. But I know he's gunning for my T50, so I'm just going to pull back. So he's loving his armoured cars at the minute. The only bad side about the armoured cars is obviously one shot from this T50 and dead. So something to watch out for. Now, one thing I need to do, so that's mouse button 4 to throw smoke. I don't actually have a mouse button 4, but I need to keybind that button to something and then put it on my mouse binds because it is stupidly handy, the old throw smoke. But I got my AT team up. Happy days. I think I have 2 teams now. There's another one coming up. And I figured, because of the little dips in the hills and that, it'd be a nice map for an infantry gun. So I've got that. I've got my next officer, and I'm launching them up. It does look like Birdman's having some trouble on the southwest there. Mainis has a Panzer III N, which is just decimating him. That Panzer III N is deadly. So I think he's just getting shot up repeatedly until 15 minutes we can get something out that can take it out. If you're the Germans, the Panzer III N, if you can afford to bring it out without sacrificing too much in other areas, it is deadly in the first 15 minutes. Absolutely insane weapon. So I'm just trying to get my sniper to get a few more shots. He's only got 1 kill at the minute, so he's done basically fuck all. But looks like he's in a better spot now. Shoot. So having an AT team in that corner, you've seen how he rushed me with the vehicle, even though I had a tank there. That's a little bit of insurance against that as well. So if he does, the Panzer Shrek might catch him off guard and, you know, happy days, I don't have to worry about it. So I did want to use the chassis of that broken tank, part of the map, as a bit of protection on the left side for my infantry gun. Now he's actually using the dip as I am to try and hide. So I'm just going to lob a bunch of grenades over there and see what I can do. I do have a squad reinforcing, so I should start capping again quite shortly. Snipers again getting some shots. Now that little sandbag in the corner there that I used at the start to push up and hide guys behind, A lot of the time your enemy will hide guys behind there. It's also a very good spot to dig a foxhole for an officer if you want to hide an officer on the point. So if you get an infantry gun, a good move may be to destroy those sandbags in that corner there. The dip in this hill is making it quite hard for my infantry gun, unfortunately. But the lads have made it. Happy days. Get him in. I think it's a 5cm Puma. Yeah, it is. So he must be the all-round doctrine. So I'm having a go at him now with the T50. 15 minutes in though, 550 to 280 our way. Bounce. Oh no. Rough, ain't that my luck. Ain't that my luck. Shoot the dog. There we go. Happy days. So you can see he's hiding a dude behind those sandbags now, as you can see. Oh, come on. How does an SDK take out a T50 after multiple shots? So, that really annoyed me. I decided, well, screw you, Triglav. I'm going to bring up two T34s, and we'll see what you do with that. So I've got the dual T34s coming up. Absolutely amazing doctrine units. One of the reasons this doctrine is so good. On a 2v2 it's probably a bit easy to deal with, but a 1v1, two T34s coming at you can be overwhelming, especially if they're microed well. I do rate that doctrine. Now he hasn't actually completely destroyed my T50, so I'm going to have a go of repairing it. I've also managed to get the truck out. Don't know if I have the infantry gun on it. I don't think I do. Actually, I do. I think I did save it. So no idea what I'm doing here. Ah, gone for the SDK. I'm trying to completely destroy it. Looks like he's trying to repair it. So I'm sacrificing this dude. So we've dealt with that. Happy days. I always stress, so I was going to pump another shot into it, but it's not showing up on the map, so I figure it's dead. And my T34s are now here. T50 is on the mend. Ooh, Mainis' flame half track is doing some absolute damage over there. Jesus. That's rough. So I noticed there was actually no one in that middle point, so I'm sending a dude over there to see if I can't get a sneaky cap. You never know. Mainis has completely cleared Birdman off that point with that flame half track. I don't reckon I've ever seen a flame half track do that well. Jeez. So I'm trying to get this tank in a good spot. As you might remember, there's a bit of a dip at that point of the map. So hopefully I can hide the T34 behind that dip, and I'll bring it up if I need to. Now, he's actually bought a tank. I don't know what it is. It's a Stu or a Stug? I think it's a Stu. So the difference being one's an infantry fighting vehicle, one's a tank destroyer. So obviously my guy didn't make it. Mainis has reinforced that position in the middle, so my guy has died. You do get that. So now Triglav's his experience is starting to show. He's starting to put a bit of pressure back at me. He's managed to establish a good spot on the point. All I need to worry about now is just keeping my T-34s alive and seeing if I can't kill his tank. At the minute, I am trying to shoot his infantry. I figured if I could pull his Stu, closer, I can flank him with the other tank. So that's the benefit of having two. And they are pretty strong tanks, I must say. I also have the infantry gun back, so I'm going to get that sorted. My sniper's doing plenty of work now, as you may have noticed. So he's not outcapping me by much anymore. So it is still damaged, so I need to get some reps happening. So I do have a squad pushing up, so I should start taking this again very shortly. I'm just trying to get all of my lads inside the point here. Bit of lag, you do get that. So one sniper kill and I'll start capping. Hey, there we go. So the sniper's doing awesome now. I've got the T50 reman, sorry. At this point, it doesn't matter if the T50 stays alive. I do obviously want to try keep it alive, but I've got two T34s. What does it matter? 20 minutes in, 645 to 270, myself and Birdman's way. Me and Triglav having quite the fight out here on the northeast. It looks like Birdman's got a hold of the initiative over in the southwest there. So I think Triglav believes I have a lot more forces in that corner and not actually pushed up at him. So he's got Gerbs Jaegers. They're elite imps, so they're going to be worth quite a bit of cap weight, but these assault sappers should counteract that. I figured I'd try and get a few foxholes dug while his attention's over here. That way I can kind of hide some infantry in there. So he's actually snuck this up a little bit. I figured now's my time to shine. I had it in the wrong view. But I know where it is now, so I'm going to come up on it and see if I can't kill it. Ooh, Raf. Oh no. Hey, there we go. So I can hear another tank. So I wanted to try and destroy it before that tank come up and shot me. Oh, I know the shot's coming. Shoot. There we go. Oh, no. Did nothing. But I figured, well, I've got two. Why not? So I'm going to let that one have its shots, and I'm going to bring this tank up and see if I can't take it out. I've got high explosive, which is annoying. So he has actually damaged my other T-34, and he's now damaged this one too. So all I've got to do is track him, but that Jagdpanzer IV is deadly. It's not having the easiest time with my T-34s though, so I have some time. No idea what's wrong with my other tank, I might stop shooting. Looks like Triglav's deploying smoke. It sounded like he was. So I know it does say red, but sometimes you can shoot and it will still pen. But I figured I was losing this battle. And then I noticed he backed up, so try to sneak one more at him. Not going to happen. So I think we're both deciding to cut our losses. Yeah, Triglav will love that one, trying to get him with a sneaky far shot. Negative. But both of us have managed to come out unscathed, basically. I do have another squad pushing in, so I will start recapping that soon. Got another squad pushing up to reinforce when I need it. I'll get the assault sappers in there. And happy days. We're back on the cap. Now they've destroyed his stu, he can't actually shell the back of that point. So that helps quite a bit. So I'm bringing my T50 up to try and sneak some kills. And I noticed he destroyed my gun. Rough gig. So I'll repair it again. So he has actually damaged my turret and killed a few of the crewmen. But backing up, living to fight another day. He knows I've got two T-34s here. So he's not going to push with anything too devastating, I wouldn't think. And that tank destroyer. Yes, the Jagdpanther is an awesome tank destroyer. But other than that, you know, it won't really do much. So as long as I keep these back, his Jagdpanther is going to do F all. And in turn, the fact that I have these will stop him from doing anything too silly. Hopefully. So that squad's pushing up now. I do still hold the point, so I don't need to push them in. So they'll sit in reserve. And I decided to spread these lads out. So I'm going to push old mate up. He's got no ammo. So he's basically just spotting for me. 25 minutes in though, 798 to 219. Myself and Birdman's way. I was hoping someone would shoot at him so that I can get sight on where the enemy infantry is. I'm also throwing a bunch of nades over here because I know he's hiding guys there. So what do we go? Don't know. Can't remember. I wonder how many kills my sniper's got. I'm bringing up a tank crewman to deal with the to jump on the infantry gun. And we found all his lads, so we'll get the nades over. You gotta do it so slow, or it like deselects. It's very annoying. But I've got 8 grenades, might as well use them. As long as they don't all get killed crawling over the hill there. There we go, found him. So the grenades have made his guys get up and run, which means I just shot them. So he's got the Werf famine. Ooh, that did some damage. So I've decided to go toe-to-toe with him. I brought out the Katyusha. Now, yes, that was devastating, but I still have a whole squad here ready to go, so I'll get them on the point. We'll see what they can do. I'm also pushing the T-50 on. At this point, losses don't really matter, because we're so close to the end. All I want to do is just kind of push our team over the line. So you can't do this too early, though, because if all of a sudden they destroy all my assets, I'm screwed. But I figured having the T-50 on the front line wasn't a massive issue, and if he does push up to destroy it, I'll bring up the T-34s to see if I can't take out his stuff. There it is. But I've decided that I'm busy. He's reinforced massively over here. So why don't we see if we can't return the favour. So there's a bunch of Gerbsjägers gone, which is very helpful, because they are very good inf, very expensive. I'm bringing up a supply truck to sit with the Katyusha. Turret's dead. Obviously there's a slight hill there, so he can't really get a whole shot. I'll get that repped. Get the boys back on this infantry gun, finally. I want to keep one of them in the truck, just so that I can tow the infantry gun away, just in case. So there we go. Looks like I'm finally going to destroy that, those sandbags. Things seem to have quietened down now. Hey, there was someone back there. Obviously, it's not the biggest caliber shell, so unless I directly hit it, it's not really doing much, but Birdman's, I've noticed, actually, has had a sniper up for most of the game. He would have gotten plenty of kills. But I've made sure there's nothing back there. Pretty comfortable at the minute. I should probably be bringing another squad up. And I am doing that just now. Cool. Now, he's actually moved his Jagdpanzer up. He needs to do something because the game's kind of slipping away from him at the minute. So I think he fixed his stuff. Very annoying. I did actually pull this tank back. I should have probably pushed up at him. But I've decided to go for reps instead. I don't know what this dude's doing. Just repair the damn tank, man. The Birdman's actually stolen old mate's flame tank. He's giving it back to him. So I think I was just debating whether I wanted to have a go. Triglav is trying his luck on our eastern point, but that original squad is still there, holding the line. And I do have this tank here, so if he tries anything, I've always got that I can get shots off with. It's the beauty of having the two T-34s. You can keep one back there doing what it's doing, and you can move one around to deal with other things. 30 minutes in though, or 30 minutes to 30 seconds. 173 to 967 our way. And hello, found him. Now he does still have that Jagdpanzer, so I'm expecting a shot side, to be honest. There it is. So he got me. Oh good, let's have a go. So he's actually taking out my cannon, which is very bad. Now I can't shoot back. But while he's dealing with that, I'll bring up the other T-34 and see if I can't deal with him. But it doesn't look like I'm going to... Oh, I might. So he's actually taking that out. Because it's a doctrine unit, I lose points. So good play by Trig there. So he's taking out one of the T-34s. I'm going to keep this one alive just to stop him from pushing. Looks like Birdman's going for a bomb. Ooh, that looks like it's going to do some damage. Not that much. So bringing up the guard squad just to defend that point. He has wiped out a lot of those lads. And the Katyusha is ready to go. But that is game. Thank you guys for watching. Appreciate it. GG lads. Cheers.